After a quarter century leading the transformation of Hudson County Community College, Dr. Glen Gabert retired on June 30th. Following a nationwide search, the college has chosen Dr. Chris Reber, who has 37 years in higher education, to be its new president. Dr. Reber, first of all, thank you for taking the time to speak to us here on Hudson TV. You've spent the last 37 years in higher education, most recently as president of the Community College of Beaver County, which is near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What was that experience like for you, and how do you think it has helped to prepare you for this new job here at Hudson County Community College?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jeff, and thank you for interviewing me. It's a pleasure. I've worked in every sector of post-secondary education, so I've worked in a large major research university. I spent 18 years at Penn State. I spent 12 years in Pennsylvania's state system of higher education, public four-year universities. Of course, I worked in community colleges. I am the product of a small private liberal arts education. So I've experienced all parts of higher education. I was only 2 when I got started, but I can truly say to you that I believe the community college sector is the most exciting part of higher education today. And I think there's never been a better time to work in a community college. At Community College of Beaver County, which we call CCBC, I had the good fortune to work with an outstanding team of faculty, staff, students, community. We were focused on partnerships, very focused on working with K-12 partners, four-year and graduate school partners, very focused on community and economic development. What was particularly unique there is that this is a campus located just northwest of Pittsburgh, and it's 2 miles from the site of a $6 billion ethane cracker plant that Shell is building right now. It's going to convert ethane gas, which is very plentiful in that part of the tri-state region, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, into polyethylene tablets that are used in the plastics industry. So it's a phenomenal project that's going to have a transformational economic impact on that region. We had the good fortune at CCBC of working in partnership with Shell and the whole petrochemicals industry in that region to develop workforce programs that would be vital to ensuring that the region really experiences the greatest benefit possible by this investment. And so partnerships just became the organizing principle for us. We were able to provide leadership for a whole tri-state consortium of 2- and 4-year colleges and universities. I only considered a few community college presidencies. I wanted, if I was going to make this move, to be in an institution that I consider to be inspirational, that was high achieving, would provide for me an opportunity, a good match of my skills and values with the institution's mission. I found it here. I am so inspired by what Hudson County Community College means to people. It's absolutely transformational, as I'm sure you well know. The opportunity it provides for the most diverse possible community of learners is phenomenal, with about a third of our 12,000 students having been born outside of the United States, an incredible diversity of students, huge number of first-generation college students. This college is, I think, nationally distinctive in its focused mission of providing access and social mobility for the region.
Before we get into the specifics of what you plan and what you would like to see, what your vision is for continuing, as you said, transformational, the legacy here at Hudson County Community College, I'm curious, what led you? You jokingly said that with the 37 years you started when you were 2 years old, kind of little bit like Doogie Howser, I guess. But what initially led you to the higher education side of academia when you were starting your career?
You know, great question. I, as a teenager, had been really involved in politics, and to this day I enjoy politics, but when I went to college, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I was going to major in political science, go to law school, and pursue a career in public service. And then just coincidentally, I found myself in my first semester freshman year in a Latin course. I needed a language. I had already, secured the political science and history courses that I needed. I needed a language. The only one that fit into my schedule was Latin. I had never had a Latin course in my life, but I thought this would probably be helpful for law school. And then a life-changing moment happened for me. The gentleman who taught this class proved to be a giant of a man. He was the best teacher, one of the best human beings I've ever known. He inspired me to really work hard, and he taught me so much. And guess what? I majored in Latin, and I've never regretted that. But it was because of this fantastic human being who had been a Rhodes Scholar, so he's a prolific scholar. But he was born and raised in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. His name was Phil Lockhart, Dr. Phil Lockhart. So of course we called him Punxsutawney Phil, and he was just so incredibly inspirational that I majored in Latin. For the first time in my educational career, I really was passionate about learning, and he taught me so many things about how education can change lives, and he cared about his students. He knew all of us on a first-name basis. So I could go on and on and on, and I know I can't. But as a result of that, I started to get interested in the college environment. I got involved in student senate and chaired the new student orientation program, and discovered that you can have a wonderful career in higher education, and went on to graduate school. And I've been in higher education ever since, and it's an honor to work in a profession that really changes lives, and I've never regretted it for a moment. It turned out beautifully.
Hudson County Community College certainly underwent an amazing transformation under the leadership of your predecessor, Dr. Gabert. The school is fully accredited by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. What can you do in the immediate future to keep the college moving forward?
I aspire to be a servant leader, so what comes naturally to me in my leadership role is being open, transparent. I value opportunities to know the people that I work with on a personal level, and to get to know students to the fullest extent possible, and also to immerse myself in the community. So my hope is that working with the entire Hudson County Community College population, as well as the entire metropolitan region, I can help continue the momentum and build on the foundation that Dr. Gabert and so many other people contributed to over really the last quarter century, but also help the college in its aspirations and in its shared value and goal of moving to the next level. There's so much more that we can be, and it's a natural, logical progression for us to now attempt to get even better and serve even more people. And so I think, what I'm doing right now is a listening tour. I'm really fully immersing myself in the college and community, meeting people. I intend to do this for the better part of my first year, so that I can really be informed by the hopes, dreams, concerns of everyone, and then try to help lead and support a collective vision to improve. And I can tell you some of the areas I know we'll focus on include the retention and success of our students. This is really what binds all of us together here. We care about our students. We want them to succeed. We want more and more students not only to come through our doors, but to complete their intended degree programs. If they wish, transfer onto a four-year school seamlessly, or join the workforce. That will always be a paramount goal of ours. I also hope we can work together to grow our partnerships with the region, serve more students by continuing to develop programs that are going to be meaningful and add value to what is available to this metropolitan region. And we're going to be wanting to raise money, frankly, so that we can invest in these aspirational goals.
You touched on this next question a little bit earlier in your remarks. The college certainly is a melting pot, just like Hudson County itself here is a melting pot. It's ethnically diverse. Why does diversity make for a unique learning environment for the student body here, who are, anywhere from teenagers to grown adults?
I've always believed that education is fundamentally impacted by not only the curriculum and the instruction, and that is, of course, very important, but a huge part of really becoming an educated person is a function of how we learn from one another, and what happens outside of the classroom. And so the reality is, with diversity comes a multitude of different life experiences, different values, different cultural identities, different ideas, different points of view. And there's probably no better place than a college that is caring and that is committed to students to help a diverse community of students learn from one another. The extent to which our students will, in our programs and in our activities, get to know people on a deeper level than just acquaintanceship, and begin to gain insight into their life experience to the extent that it's different. So I think education, honestly, is one of the most important components in our society for helping move us forward as a country, a nation, a community that is accepting, that can disagree civilly and respectfully. I think all that comes from interacting with a diversity of people.
I think on that note, we'll end the interview. You actually answered my final question. I was going to ask you what your main message is going to be to the student body, the people that work here, to the Hudson County community at large, but I think you summed that up very well in your final remarks. Dr. Reber, I want to thank you for having joined us on Hudson TV to talk about a little bit about your background and what your vision is here for the school, and best of luck as you move forward over the coming years.
Thanks so much, Jeff. I really look forward to getting to know you and others here, and being a vital part of this community. It's an honor to be here.
Dr. Reber officially began in his new position on July 1st. Meanwhile, the college has announced that it will be naming its new library here in Journal Square in honor of former president Dr. Glen Gabert. In Jersey City, reporting for Hudson TV, I'm Jeff Henig.